always feel a little bit silly when I do one of these on the phone, actually. I mean, I'm probably a little bit silly right now because I, I don't know, I keep having like a couple more things that I want to do on my computer whenever it's like time for these streams and stuff. And like, okay, it is time, right? Yeah, Friday. And even when I try to announce that I'm gonna be a little bit of a different time, there's something like that. Macdella. Macdella, oh my gosh, go easy on a YouTube user. And hello to you, Kai. What's I'm feeling encouraged. I'm feeling encouraged and I'm forgetting which time. This is a bad sign. I'm forgetting which time exactly I claimed to be toaster sexual. This one wasn't relevant, was it? This one wasn't like in the past week, was it? I I have no idea what kind of fast ass Wi-Fi the Magdala is beating you out on. There's we're seeing some well. That's what's well, Kai. I wanna know all the things. But mostly the things that I'm looking at are I'm looking at my accounting homework and oh my goodness. Okay, like sometimes when I'm in the actual class itself, oh, also I'm like trying to like play like a little bit of the music ASMR study stream, but the audio is like always better on the mobile ones. So am I ASMRing for real? Hello to you, Nico Juju. There's a two saying can't even ban the persons they have a blue name. Oh, didn't you also encourage this? I'm in disbelief now. I'm in complete and utter disbelief. Yes, okay. And blue name can't be. What happened to your setup? I are are you noticing a different setup? Actually, this is where we're on the same desk. Actually, I'm just sort of aiming my I'm on a phone now. I'm just sort of aiming it in a different direction. Aiming it at the ceiling. I'm loving how there's so many angles that I can take that don't show the mess of the room whatsoever. Yeah, how is everyone going? You're saying we are going, and you're having unlimited power. There we go. There we go. I'm. I. I really do want to take better notes with all of this homework that I'm getting through. It's occupying my mind. It's on my screen. It's inundating my brain. They're saying you chose this angle because you look like a giant looking at us, didn't you? You know, maybe I just want to feel tall. Maybe I've been afraid of walking in heels, and it's time to learn how to be tall and be a giant and tower over people. Maybe this is my true desire all along. There's you saying you want to see the mess that makes us stronger. What if I don't want you to be stronger than me? What if that's for Garnet? What if that's only for Garnet Steven Universe? And okay, it's God, what all do I have on my floor? I can list it out. I started keeping some water bottles sort of underneath the vicinity of my potted plants on my window over there. And there's like some from flights that I've been on. There's a newspaper from the day that Leonard Nimoy died, who was Spock in Star Trek, and so that's very meaningful to me. It's very meaningful to me, but it's on my floor. It's on my floor, dusty style, underneath a golf ball, underneath a birthday card, underneath a bookmark, underneath some sculpting tools, underneath a mirror, underneath a, charger sort of thing. Well, what's on your guys' floor? I would love to not feel alone in revealing everything that's on my floor, I say, as I have not aimed the camera there whatsoever. Alright. Do a little save and a little submission on the homeworks and that. Okay, I've completed the main thing that I wanted to get done. My goodness, in this study thing. I mean, okay, there's also a secondary thing. I had it in my head when I sat down that I could be going for up to half an hour. There's wait, you're saying I don't know why vertical stream meant to like last like 10 minutes, always get like 20 viewers. Yeah, Yeah, these things have like more people flipping through them. Okay, you're saying afraid of walking in heels. Do you get vertigo? Mmm. I When shoes are like a little bit too big for me, and I don't know if this applies to height, I start tripping over everything. I've been lately going out in shoes that are just like a half a size too large for me, and I've tripped over a curb, into a bush, over another curb, over the stairs. I was on the I tell you, I was on like a little date where I snuck a bunch of um steak into a movie theater to see Tron Ares, and um and anyway, going up some steps because I was late as hell to this thing, I lost a shoe, Cinderella moment, because it's like a little bit too much. Why are you saying Chun-Li I love you? You ain't seeing any. You are not seeing any thighs up in here. But I would show you some. Actually, how tight are these pants? No, okay, they're too tight. I just have a really gnarly bruise lately, and I think it's rad to show it to people. You're saying there's compliments. You're saying I have to start wearing stilts. You ever seen the spring stilts? God, I have to look up an image of spring stilts right exactly now. Spring, dare we say, stilts, and people are like jumping around on them. I'm such a fan of those things that maybe it pains me a little bit that I don't have them. I keep thinking about what kind of life I want to live. All right, let's show you the spring stilts. There's Nico Shushu saying, so Zara, are you doing a small studying stream, then you're going to make a mainstream, or am I just reading the title wrong? That's correct, actually. Thank you for asking. Thank you for reading my mind, actually. And did I miss anything in the chat? Okay, so here's what a spring stilts looks like, and I hope that's showing up pretty well because I might be like sort of afraid of walking in heels, but I I want to bound, I want to flip, You're saying regular ass style after this unregular ass stream. Yes, you're allergic to unregular. What are you experiencing allergies about? I'm actually sick right now. I I don't know, maybe from either socializing or maybe from going out to the theater with my family and stuff. I went to my two classes yesterday, just absolutely full of schnotts and things. Alright, so I have one option for continuing study as I keep going through this stuff, and that's either going to be to fill stuff out. I think I'm gonna lose half the points of an assignment on one thing if I don't act now, but also there's no guarantee that I would get them if I keep on acting. um I don't know. It's fascinating me. I misheard something as being extra credit, and then I was turning like things in late, and so I was like, it's okay if I miss that, cause it's extra credit. Of course, I would have liked to have gotten it, but it's extra credit. And then I didn't get it, and it was maybe, I don't know. It's a 10 point sort of assignment in assignments that have many more points than that in the, I don't know, 50 to 30 range. But I don't know. It's uncomfortable as I go through it. And there's a star, the one and only, saying hi, hello to you. How are you? And things I have missed. There's Magdala saying, by the way, I've been invited to a friend's house just now. We haven't spoken in a year though. Oh, what kind of not speaking in a year was it? Because I am. I keep on finding ways to not speak to people. It's surprisingly easy. I don't know. I just keep thinking that I have time or presence of mind, but I the easiest thing to do is to make time ahead of time to spend with somebody, and then make sure that nothing gets in the way of that. All right, have I pasted everything in to create a proper version of this assignment? Because I I don't know how well I can save my ass on this one actually, but it's in front of me, and so I'm having the urge to try. There's. What are you saying again? What are you saying really again? To what? I've said several things in a row. What do you? Shara can't communicate. Okay, what do you mean by again that I'm not communicating with someone? What was the last time that I brought this up? I mean, okay, one thing that's happened is that I had gone on the Bumble BFF app to try to find friends in my area, and then I got sort of intimidated to talk to somebody for like a week. And okay, when somebody gets intimidated to talk to me and doesn't say hi for a week, then that's of course fine. And and I don't know, I feel like I've been trained from online friendships to be like, you know what, we're gonna just orbit around each other, and when we come back into contact, then it's gonna be fine, of course. Um but I don't know. It's been like 2 weeks now for one person in my area that I specifically had the thought to myself, I'm gonna start off on the right foot. I'm gonna put in enough time. Or something like that. And no, we're slipping again. We're slipping again indeed. There's a hi from a fuzzy Pluto lover. Spin off from that one anime, Komi Can't Communicate. Always. I've been here almost 2 years. I know how this goes. Well, actually, I mean, I've, by that coincidence, I've communicated with you like quite a bit, dare I say. So, I, I have no idea how much of the homework in front of me that I'm gonna get done. Maybe I'm setting up the actual stream, and that's my assignment that I'm given to myself, huh? Maybe that's what's up. All right, let's close out of all of the miscellaneous things. I had like tips from my study group open. I've met, I don't know, a very friendly, chatty sort of lady in my class, and I hope that I'm being a good friend and study buddy, but I also don't chat easily, and I I don't know. I keep finding a million things to be self-conscious about. Can I save some examples? Because I had them open. I keep taking images for notes in all of my classes that have an online component. Actually, I keep taking pictures of the board, pictures of the screen too. Let's put week 7 on this because I think it is week 7 for that one. I actually might be in week 8, but it only feels like week 7 of the class. You're saying you asked a question. It was like a sudden stop to all conversations. My friend just stopped texting me. So I didn't as well because I thought she didn't like me anymore. Oh. For like long distance stuff, I straight up don't believe in that. Um, is what I wanna say. I wanna say that I believe in double texting in general, but also that's sort of like tougher in practice than it is in preach. In this, you're saying it's okay if I talk to you in the DMs. You would know my very secret identity. I don't have time for such things, but I guess it would satisfy your parasocial needs. Well, if you're willing to be friends with me, then this makes me happy. Although although I do love the uncomplicated nature of scheduling a stream such that I got time for you. I got time for you. Whoa, hello to you, Lotus. I was actually gonna set up a regular type of stream. Get back on my desktop. Get back on my bullshit. There we say. Okay. What do I want to close out of here? I have so much homework open, and on the one hand, Chrome lags. On the other hand, do I keep it open? Question mark. But hello to you. How are you? There's saying she thought the same thing somehow and called me a dumbass bear. Oh, I. Gosh. Okay, this does make me wonder. Like, what makes it okay to break the ice in a ongoing friendship? Okay, what's my current conceptualization of friendship? My current conceptualization is if we've agreed to see each other again at some date in the future. I guess in my case, like streams, or maybe like watching shows together, or maybe like the person that I've met in my town with the Tuesday art club. My goodness, I want to get there earlier because I keep being there for only an hour, and as you know, that's hardly any time whatsoever. I ah I okay, so if you have like a scheduled time to meet each other again, that means you're so solid. That means you're so ow. And then and then if you've known each other for years and it's very likely that you'll see each other again, this is the other type of friendship, then um then you also don't have to worry too much about not liking each other anymore, because then if you've known each other for years, you're like on the level of family as it comes to friendships, I would say. um so I guess it's like new friendships that are like really tough to establish, because, or also friendships where you have not gotten together and said when you're gonna see each other next. Alright, let's close out of one note, another note, and a PowerPoint, and keep the rest of the things open. Alright, yeah, let's just have a really big chunky amount of Chrome tabs. That never hurt nobody. There's some updates happening. Whoa, Hagpie's stopping by to say good luck studying. You caught me on the tail end of it, but you know, I suppose that means the luck has worked. The luck has worked indeed. Bum, 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 bum. You're having a homemade gourmet meal. Oh wait, what was it? What was it? There's Magdala said, dude, it'll be so fun to go to her house. She's rich AF and I want to see the mansion style house. I used to have a friend who had like a mansion style house, and and it was because her mom was like a real estate agent and her stepdad was like an architect designing those houses, and it was mad intimidating to go in there. And the thing that stands out to me the most is that I could never get the cat over there to like me, and I was such a I don't know, pet deprived little like 7-year old or something, and I didn't know that you can't get a cat to like you on purpose. They're not about that. There's okay, you're recommending to be more toxic to people because you're too good. Oh my gosh, there's pain and suffering. There's the funny bone and sands and hitting a humorous. Oh my my. Oh, you're saying you don't want to be toxic? I'm catching up on a chat here. I sometimes when I meet up with my oldest friend, we'll like say the latest unhinged sort of thing that we do socially, because I mean, I was trapped in the house for 14 years. I'm not coming out normal. Did you just transliterate your magma name into katakana, Japanese style? I do love it. I do love it. Anyway, I don't come out normal. There's highs being said. There's elitist chats. I mean, hey, the blue names are given out. There's Lotus saying, my gourmet meal included a slice of bread topped with butter, croutons, and pumpkin seed oil. Ooh, I do love that. Okay. Yeah, when you start saying pumpkin seed oil, I start saying that's sort of appealing. You ate air on top of air with some air for a side of breakfast. I don't mean to be in the breakfast skippers squad, but I just keep finding more things to do rather than have some food. This is like, what is that, gonna be 1:30 in the afternoon my time? Or like past the midday. Haven't had some food, but I have ah God, oh no. Okay. My special my my piece of cardboard that I was using to trace stuff fell directly into the garbage. I'll find another piece of cardboard, I suppose. It was just such a good piece of cardboard that I could use to measure things. Anyway, you love doing cursed food combinations? Try a hot dog with hummus on it sometime. And and bite an orange right through the skin another time, and then you're gonna start to know what kind of level that I'm on with cursed food. Anyway, you ate some ice cream plus Granny Smith's between white bread. Between white bread. Here I was, claiming to be on quite another level. You're saying you're trapped in your house for 14 years? Why did it take you so long to open doors? Okay, look at you, fancy pants, opening doors with your opposable thumbs. Look at my thumb. It goes this way. You can't guarantee that that's going to be a normal thumb. There's Q&A sticker prompts that I'm getting out here. I I have no idea what the hell this thing wants me to say. Hey, Landon Heron, wait, have you come into one of these streams before? In which case, if you've been here before and you were already subscribed, then I find it to be an awkward time to answer no, to answer, yeah, technically no. I'm not gonna, like, be on anyone else's ass about that, but, and Magdella coming in with some air fryer worship. Alright, there you go. I mean, I believe in being good to other people. I believe in humans and what I can see. I believe in trying to treat others fairly and love and duty to other people. But I when I look at suffering in the world, I don't believe that something is all knowing or all good or all powerful in that specific combination. Um, and so so it's like that. They're saying, prove to me God is not real right now. I mean, aren't you kind of bringing this up? It's kind of a burden of proof on you. I mean, I'm fairly certain that Zeus isn't real, and then you just sort of take that and apply that to every other thing. Okay, Zeus, if you're real, strike me down right now. Kind of a thing. And so, I mean, I guess I would just sort of go down the list. You, okay. Oh my gosh. And then there's Trixie the Devil appearing. Hello to you. There's our thumbs also do the same thing. I thought I was being unique here due to freaking someone out with the thumb just now. My goodness. All right. So what else shall we look at? In a little bit of literacy, I'm actually setting up an ordinary stream in the midst of all this extremely sudden theological talk. You're very silly. I've asked like two other people why they believe in God like this year. And this has been interesting to me because one of them got back to me being like, I don't really think about all that. I guess I do, kind of. I just don't really think about that. And then me going through all of my stuff with like a conscious decision, being like eyeballing the problem of evil and all that. I look at that mindset and I'm like, you're funny. That's funny as heck. I mean, and I guess we end up in a similar style of living. Is that it? Let's get us a new blank canvas. Ooh, what do we want to put on here? And also, Magma is showing me the sort of a beta testing feature wherein we can have multiple canvases. So when I click on multiple canvases, what does that do for me? I wonder. You're saying God is your father's name? Call me God Jr. Of all of the things, Okay, so, you're saying some words. You're asking what made the universe. I mean, the thing about that is that I just believe it's okay to answer straight up, I don't know. Straight up, I don't know. Because I can't see, and I'm gonna deal with things that I can see and deal with and know to affect my behavior. The more pressing question to me in all of this like structural stuff is what is going to affect my behavior and how I treat others. I I don't know that I talk about this often, but I had like a really sort of bad example of a religious relative who just sort of used theology as an example, as an excuse to act however she wished, with no self-awareness, with no consideration for other people, with no idea that she could be wrong about things, and I don't know, it kind of tore my family apart at multiple times. I just don't associate theology with goodness in the slightest. But that does mean that every time I meet somebody who's doing the believing in a higher power and they are like a good person, then I'm actively surprised for the better. You know, I am surprised for the better. Like that. Alright, I'm not caught up in the chat. There's Nikosha saying, I'll see y'all in the big stream. Good study, chat. Alright, I'll send out the link when it's. I've literally just been chatting. Alright, you're saying don't take Morgan Freeman's name in vain. There's Joe Black with some awesome snaps. There's some Big Bang. But you're following up the Big Bang with the same way I banged my life in the cheeks. Sure, yeah, that's a sentence I've just read just now. Didn't want to make a your mama joke. Oh my gosh. And then, after all of that discussion, it's funny as heck to me to have any sort of normal language of of I don't know, exclamations, because I don't know. I feel like that's self-evident. I'm cracking myself up. Okay, I keep trying to click on one of these. Actually, one of these, one of these things. Okay, took a while for Magma to load in today, but I bet we're gonna be in here. What do you guys want to draw? What you guys want to draw? There's opportunities. You're saying, the good old contingent argument. What's the cause without a cause? Everything has a cause. Everything exists because of something else. Everything is contingent. Why would the universe not be? And that's great to consider and all. I just I just sit here and I know straight up I don't know. There's Landon Hannon saying, have you ever lied? I have, and I do. I try to reduce the harm that I do to other people, and it's honestly easier to behave truthfully so goddamn much of the time. It's the easiest, it's the default state, I would say, to be truthful. But I suppose, yeah, with this sort of belief system, it does make the act of lying, it does make me question, where does that come from? What does that stand upon? Because, I mean, although I want my belief system to stand on something consistent, it there's also, I am human. There's also inconsistencies within it. You were saying, check my atheists. Oh my goodness, check them and mate them. Oh my god, check them and mate them. Okay, there's. You're having a Pinocchio moment. You're saying, if God isn't real, why do I believe in him? Check my Lebron. Okay. That's something I certainly just read just now. You were saying, if God isn't real, then who's in charge of the daylight savings? Of all the things you could have picked, if all of all the things you could have picked. Alright, we're getting out here. Do I want a thumbnail for this? I still don't know what I'm about to draw. It's sort of inconsequential, but I suppose I'm going to grab the tablet that I've got, because it's actually been like 2 years of drawing on this thing specifically, I'm gonna say. And there's a lot of options. Check that thing out. It's a big one. It's a big one. And it's hefty. Can't believe this shit was on sale. I'm damn happy about that. And what else am I talking about? Thinking about trying to find a thumbnail for the proper stream. And honestly, that's one of the things that I've let hold me up a couple of times in all of these. I've wanted to have a thumbnail and I have not gotten one. I know people reuse them, and I sort of reuse them on Shuffle. Anyway, so you're saying this feels mean. Didn't want to be mean. Sorry, Landon. I won't be sarcastic. Hey, I mean, we're assuming that there were some genuine questions, and that's a big assumption to make of anybody on the internet. Honestly, you're saying we're all mean to each other here. It's nothing, but we love each other. Sometimes we're too much. Oh my gosh. YouTube users, do I start shipping you with somebody? Do I start shipping you with something? There's Magdala saying, believe in stuff you want to believe in. More power to you. We just don't want to be involved sometimes, and I hope you can understand that. That's a lovely articulation, dare I say. You know, like what's down the list of things that I want in my belief system? I believe that I should be volunteering for charity, honestly. Despite not believing in a higher power, I think that I should make charitable actions whenever I can. I think I believe in empathy, something like that. What goes in a thumbnail? It could be a literal thumbnail if we wanted. You're saying, shit me with the one that makes conjoinment jokes. Are you not only being conjoined, but you're having a split personality? Now there's something to believe in. Your split personality. Alright, what else am I looking at? If I haven't got any ideas for a thumbnail, maybe I should start having a default one. Oh, that could be what we're drawing today. Once I get this business all set up, I could make like a bunch of colors all swirled together that are so complex that I can zoom into it and have a different thumbnail when it's like bugging me that I don't have one for streams. We're meta out here. We're meta out here. There's Magdala saying, I want my belief system to have a clause that you go to hot hell when you're ace. I don't like cold hell, but you like the hot one? But like, wait a sec. Like, ace as an asexual? Wait a second, Magdala. Magdala, are you going into battle with the asexual community? Every day I learn some more about everybody here. What's even happening? They're saying, choose me for the thumbnail. I have thumbnail potential. Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. You are now gonna be in the thumbnail, dare I say. Alright, so screenshot a little bit of that. Thanks for thanks for being here for atypical type of things. And what can I do those? I thought it was gonna be like continuous, like I'm in one stream and then I set up the other stream and then we have the stream in your stream because I hear you like streams, kind of a thing. But I hmm can I swing that actually? I do not know if I can. There's Fred Red asking, are you half Asian? I am half Asian. I I never can tell how Asian I look. Am I getting more brown in my hair at this like angle of sunlight? I literally for the first and until I was 12 or 13, I did not know that qualified as mixed race, honestly. You have Asian. Oh my gosh. It is kind of funny to get some in there. Okay, so this choose landing. He deserves it. He made us think today. Is something that I don't usually do. I don't know. Sometimes you make me think. Sometimes you do make me think. But yeah, I can never tell how Asian I look because sometimes people come in here and they say, you look like the guy from Squid Game. You look like Amethyst's voice actor in Steven Universe. You look like this random, I don't know, brain rot individual with the same haircut that I just saw scrolling on shorts, and I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I kind of see it. And okay, like for a lot of them, I have not been able to see it. For Amethyst voice actor specifically, I looked it up and I was like, well, okay, if you've seen an Asian woman, I think that maybe I can make the same faces as like Markiplier, and that's a big one though. Hello, everybody. You're saying what's your half Asian, the left or the right, or the top or the bottom? I feel like if I thought about that for long enough, maybe I could answer that. Anyway, you're saying which Asian country? Philippines, and nobody guesses that so far. Nobody guesses that so far. You're saying I look like Jackie Chan? You're I didn't mean to show you all of my dry skin at once, but I'm wilding out apparently. Okay, I think if I'm putting you personally into the thumbnail, then would I have to shut this stream down or does it like let me Oh my god, okay. So that does disconnect. It's not like a video call where it just keeps going like that. You're saying I would have thought Korean Filipinos are usually darker. I mean, I think a little bit of that ended up on my brother, but my dad, who is the Filipino one, he keeps getting mistaken for Chinese specifically through his whole life. Everyone looks at him and is like, "Hello, Chinese man," and I suppose that's how I've turned out. How I've turned out. They're saying, "Are you from the island that the colonizers named?" That translates to something very inappropriate. Hello? What are the translations? Okay, you're saying I'm pale because I have the light of the sun. This is also true. I'm seeing more sunlight lately. I don't know if you can tell. The you know what? You know what? Let's do something weird. Let's do something weird for a second before we end the stream. So here's my tummy and here's my arm and it's a different shade. All right, well that's not visible whatsoever. I thought that the difference in tones that the sun is like going onto my arm, I thought that was going to be different onto how it is on the rest of me, but this is a really bright room and so it's obvious to me from out here, but it's not obvious over there. Okay, I'm getting more sunlight lately basically. There's no going outside the room for us, baby. And because the other half is white, this why only respect shadows if it wait, what was that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, you're saying the Spanish colony. Okay, wait. I'm there's famously several islands in the Philippines. There's famously a really high number of them. Let me just eyeball this because I no, okay, it's kind of Maine. I I was okay when I was thinking of the regions, I was thinking of the people and languages in those regions, but oh, that's right next to Mexico City, isn't it? That's right next to it. I'm geographically aware once again. Now that you're putting that in the okay, well uh, everyone close out of your maps, I suppose. Okay, so I'm getting a thumbnail. The drawing stream is going to be peculiar now. I mean, it was beforehand, but there we go. All right, so did you just flash us your non-existent abs? Well, as it so happens, the cross between Flash and abs is Flabs, and that may have happened. So they're saying, "How dare you?" There's somewhere. Okay. Well, if I like stretch all the way out, I mean all the way back, then you can almost see an abdominal, and that's a more pathetic sentence than if I had just admitted to having zero muscles in my midsection whatsoever. All right, what are the dimensions for a thumbnail? I'm gonna say 1280 720. You want HD? You don't got HD. You don't got HD. You don't want HD. All right. 1280 and 720. Yeah, that's thumbnailing. Grabs are in the same place I store my confidence. Okay, so that's why I've been feeling so distantly confident lately. So that's where all of this is coming from. Oh my god. Alright, so let's have this. You are literally in the thumbnail. I still don't I okay, in that same screenshot there's also the thing about Ace and about Hell. And I don't know what you meant by that. I do not know what you meant by that. I do not know. All right, so here's a little bit more of that. Let's I don't know, Photoshop everything around. That's one of my few skills. I don't have many skills I want to say, or I keep thinking about what I do have. I don't know. I have things that I'm proud of. I have jokes on this website that I wrote and they were fine, and I feel like maybe within that wheelhouse, comedy writing is maybe a skill that I partially have, and leaving reviews on fan fiction. Now you would not think that that would be a skill, and yet not everyone does it. Not everyone finds the words for a review. So I'm gonna mark that down as a skill. It's a type of bonding that you can do with another artist. And there's messages being held for reviews. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, you can have messages about nuts. That's fine, probably. Okay, no, monitor just handled it. Okay, it seems non-existent. I try to make it look better. Okay, that's perfect. You're saying that the eighth female deserve hell because it's hot, because it's the perfect place to chill around and read books while eating garlic bread. So you just kind of eat the garlic bread as you kind of cook it. So I'm assuming that you're also being a little bit immune to the. Okay, okay. They're saying, oh my god, is that how weird messages look? Oh yeah, you're getting to see things as with the moderator privileges for the first time, are you? Quick, somebody else send something a little bit weird but not too weird. I don't know. Let's have another one about nuts in here. Somebody send a little bit. Get a little bit of nuts in here, please do that. Um, yeah. Let's just sort of showcase all this. You're saying, when did you decide to cut your hair short? It's time to get the hair jar. You just hold on 1 second. It's 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Just singular second. So I think it's been like 2 years at this point. Or maybe up on 3 years. Wow, I still have hair ties in here. Does anyone need one of those? I went completely bald for a second there. And oh, there's still some like left in the jar. Well, every time I take this up, okay, I should find some birds or something to give that to. But yeah, I did think I was going to donate this when I went bald and cue ball style, but as you can see, it's very clearly still in a jar, and I don't know how it gets made into a wig actually, because as much as I have the urge to just sort of put it near my head and be like, oh ho ho, it's back on there, it's back on there. Um, I don't know what the logistics of creating a wig are, so I'm just sitting around with the hair jar. Your Mouse House appears to say, I'm worried about you. You're saying I'll give you $1,000 if you shave your eyebrows. On the one hand, wait, don't they take years to grow back? I don't know makeup. I would spend all of it on the makeup so I could have eyebrows again because I love eyebrows. Alright, there's a little bit of a salute, a little bit of the more things. Oh my gosh, okay, I caught up on the chat. You're saying if you donate 1,000, I'll shave my eyebrows and my head. Wait, I know that you are in charge of like modding and things to some degree in here. I just want to say really quick, you're not authorized to speak for how big I'm gonna cut off all of my things that are attached to my body currently. Oh my god. Anyway, you're asking if I'm donating it to charity. I hope so, because I've procrastinated this a very weird amount of time. There's only so many times that I can pull out a jar full of human hair on a on a live stream. There's some bots that saying, "Don't you'll never look surprised again." I really do love having eyebrows. You're saying I'll even give you $50 extra to buy makeup so you can try them on. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're talking like somebody who has a way to cancel your payments. Oh my god. I'm gonna be ending this stream because I do not believe it. You're saying hair is only good for a short time. Now in that jar it still feels soft or something, and it is like dead material, but it has been like 2 years. I don't notice that it feels any different in the hair jar. But I I do wonder now, did I wait too long and now I just have a useless jar of my own human hair? It's a situation I didn't expect to be in, but you take things as life throws them at you, I suppose. Alright, then there's Alien the Goober saying hi. There's somebody up in the bid to 1,050, and they're saying no, cause then if I donate, she doesn't do it, then she won't give me my money back. I would do half for each eyebrow. I would do like, here's one eyebrow, the 500. I would risk going around with only one eyebrow. I I'm I'm not that attached to it. I'm not that attached to it. Okay, you're saying it'll change with the wig making process. Oh, there's hello from PHX. What's the X for? Because if you said PH, I would have been like, it's time for the Philippines. And and then that would have made sense to me. You're saying just do it. You're talking like I have a shaver right next to me. Okay, so I do have a shaver right next to me. You're talking like I have a shaving cream right next to me, which I don't. There we go. There we go. I have a lot of things around this room, so I can't exactly accuse you of saying something unreasonable, because whatever you could think that I maybe have next to me in this room, it's quite possible that I do. Anyway, we've been here for like almost an hour, and what I'm trying to do, oh god, oh god, am I in some settings? What I'm trying to do is have a little bit of art, a little bit of drawing. I'm gonna draw someone with one eyebrow. Let's draw one eyebrowed characters. Sure, for our very normal regular stream, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not usually vertical like this. You're saying don't shave, you're gonna regret it. I don't know. I have been bald. Okay, wait. How long does it take an eyebrow to grow back? Because I'm pretty sure it takes a really long time. It takes a lifetime? Okay. How long does it take to grow back an eyebrow? Eyebrow. 3 to 4 months to their full potential is what it says at the top of Google. Okay. So the shaved ones grow back quickly. Oh, okay, so it's the plucked ones that I'm thinking of. Okay, the plucked ones stay like really thin or something. This is so bizarre. I had no idea. Okay, and it depends on genetics as well. I've never really attempted to do this. Okay, but if it depends on genetics, my grandmother, who I was bringing into this stream conversation topic for for the family drama earlier, she also had no eyebrows. My grandmother had no eyebrows because she took them off and like tattooed some on, I think. There's wait, okay, some messages got rude. Oh dear. I'm not even seeing stuff. There's things in the chair. They have $1. Oh god. Okay. You're gonna give $1,050 if I grow 2 extra eyebrows? I would love to do that. Where would I do that? I can I grow 2 extra eyebrows right here and then stick them right up? Okay, 3 to 6 months it was. There's Taco hacking and plucking the roots. You're, and you're talking about donating your classic $4,800. Okay, we're getting normal. This has been interesting. This has been really focused around beliefs and then things that I can do to my body for a vertical live stream. But we're gonna go. We're gonna go horizontal now, and we're gonna go to our normal amount of 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 people we're getting here in the in a group drawn together, and I'm ready to get artisanal, dare I say. So thank you very much for being here. Saying we got weird people today. Good, it was too good to be true, so it makes sense. I shouldn't have trusted short streams. It's quite a different format. Yeah, my laptop absolutely huffing and wheezing for its life as I. Oh, ew. Okay, more things are visible on the camera from that other angle. So as I'm setting up the. As I'm setting up this, let's rearrange my room somewhat. It's already somewhat arranged. But I honestly try to keep blocking my shower equipment, even though it was really visible for like most of this stream. I don't know. I pick weird things to be self-conscious about that don't make any sense. Talking about the whoa laptop drying. You're eating the stream. I'm wearing jeans like a regular human being. This isn't even regular jeans though. These ones are kind of stretchy, honestly. But there they go stretching. But I I feel like I have a strange relationship with jeans, possibly because they are not. Why are you sending a makeup brush? What does that mean? I I'm not on vertical ever, so I don't know what that means. Trying to like tap on it or something. What the hell? Well, we're trying to end off 1 hour of stream having not shaved any eyebrows, you know. I would love to find like a lot of people who want me to shave their eyebrows, and I would love to go up to them one after the other, sort of in a row, and sort of get a combo streak of shaving off their eyebrows. But I don't know, the last few that I've seen have been like really beautiful. The last ones that I've like really inspected, and this would kind of break my heart a little bit. You're saying, is this how TikTok feels? What is happening? Are they we're any what are gems? Like the one TV show. This is what we are, the crystal. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing you on desktop. We're being challenged to a duel. The thanks for bearing with me in a really weird little format. What is that? We're baffled. We're going. We're shutting it down. You're saying make an NPC stream. Honestly, if my head gets empty enough, that's how we are anyway. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you to your normal style. Yes.